in memory of Jelani Chinua André Irving. I love you, little brother. 20 permission slips went out that weekend. 2 came back. At the end of one, there was a loving mother's signature. At the end of the other, a loving mother. Her scrutinizing eyes analyzing it and me for the fine print. Free studio session for Brooklyn kids, the slip read. She heard the pitch. Now what was the catch? The interrogation began. Good afternoon, Miss Irving. I just wanted to tell you how bright your son. It won't be good for you at all if my boy comes back to me with one hair on his head out of place. Ma'am, I completely understand your concern. I really couldn't care less if you understood. But understand this. That boy is my everything. Harm him and I will hunt you down. Jelani blushed. Ma'am, why is my son going to New Jersey? Aren't there any recording studios here in New York? Like any loving parent, she was full of caution, fear, and anger. She was cautious because misfortune's messengers often banged at our doors in the name of opportunity, and on very rare occasions do we get peepholes. She was fearful because she didn't know which of the two sent me. Angry because she had to be cautious because she didn't know which of the two sent me, and in a world where men without values see life as cheap, optimism is expensive. These days, faith is $1 in a recession, and anyone who hasn't put in the work to become familiar was looking for a handout. But she was wise enough to know this, that you can shield a child from danger, but sometimes danger is a raven eating from the same loaf as a dove of promise. And there's no way to shoo away just one. So she closed her eyes and let that permission slip through her fingers like dice. Preferring her own helplessness to her son's hopelessness, she let that permission slip, giving traction to his feet as he chased his dreams. They say trust is a gamble. And that evening, Mama placed all she had on the roulette table of her son's happiness. 17, black, a winner. Jelani's keys jingled like a jackpot. She opened her arms and drew him in like casino chips. In his veins, there was a melody. In his hand, there was a CD. Jelani was frenzied at the idea of letting all his friends see. Look at me, Ma. I'm an MC. Hip-hop was in his heart now. He belonged to a club of poets who dug hip-hop like there were spades in their hands, and rhyming about diamonds didn't quite suit him. Music was now another quill in a cap crowded with feathers. Jelani lived life like this, treating the marrow in life's bones as if it were the meat, devouring both and still craving more. Life was a smorgasbord, and Jelani emptied steam trays. And I wasn't the only teacher taken to school by him. So anyone viewing Jelani's passing as a tragedy is mistaking a tutorial for a movie. Live life like this, he said. They say life is a gamble, and while many of our urban blackjacks are being busted before they hit 21, Jelani was making the house bankrupt. Wazo was winning. Jelani was no gambler. But a life worth living will drive you to shake well and roll the dice often. Both vindictive people and onions will make you cry. The world still loves onions. Both bicycle and roulette wheels have brakes, but only getting on one should make you a gambler. But they say freedom is a gamble. But slavery is the most expensive certainty you will ever pay for. So Jelani left this world, the way he entered my class, the way he entered our hearts, free and unafraid. When my 5-year-old daughter passed away from an asthma attack, my older brother Michael stayed up all night reassuring me that although his hand looks more handsome coming than it does going, the God that giveth and the God that taketh away couldn't be more the same. Jelani lived like he could see the apocalypse over his left shoulder, lived like there was only 5, 4, 3, 2, and it's over. There are silver-haired seniors mounting bedpans with more regrets, proving that if you can do more with less, then less can still be beautiful. Because less, like beauty, is in the eye of its beholder.